Hey, it's the latest episode of The Ugly Truth. Paul and I have a little bit of a discussion about being PC and the woke culture and canceled and all that shit that goes with social media. Plus, we're talking good, bad, and ugly gifts, presents that we have received, things that have gone right and things that have gone wrong. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the show.
It's another uncensored look at the world around you, from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
This is interesting. Thank you.
Paula?
I know what I want. You're in my way.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the Ugly Truth.
Welcome to The Ugly Truth. This is episode 475. We are coming out of our depression, aren't we?
A little bit, yeah.
Our voices are indicative of how we're doing, well, mentally well-wise.
Well, kind of, yeah. But yeah, no, that's true. I've just been doing so much singing. Actually, okay, I've decided what my perfect hobby would be.
Tell.
You know those little cover bands that go to like the Powerhouse or like, I don't know, any other clubs that we go to. I don't know what other clubs we go
Ace
to.
of
Harlow's
Spades.
Yeah, but they sing like the 80s and like current songs.
You want to be in a cover band?
I think that would be so much fun.
You could
and
do
they wear
it.
like those crazy outfits with like those high heel stilettos, and they had like the crazy hair with the crazy makeup, and they do like little performances, but they sing really good. And like they throw beach balls into the audience, and it's nothing but like, you know, old people dancing. And
yeah, it's all the people trying to reclaim their youth.
I think that would be so much fun.
The smell of Chardonnay wafting in the salty air.
I think that would be great.
I think you should consider it.
Well, I mean, how would one even break out into that industry?
Well, I think you probably have to start perusing the lead singer wanted for cover band ads, wherever those are located. I would assume there are Facebook and Craigslist groups or music stores. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Or just put it out there and say, hey, I want to be in a cover band singing songs from the 70s and 80s.
Well, because I've been listening a lot to like the Bangles and Belinda Carlisle. And
they'd be like, all right, everyone, this is for the lovers tonight. Close your eyes. Give me your hands. You could totally do it.
Well, I mean, they do today's song, like Victor's sister. Mm-hmm. Her husband's in a band like that, and they actually play a lot in Reno too, because they have all those kinds of venues like at the different casinos.
Right.
On like, you know, Friday, Saturday nights, they're at all those bars, and they're bar/dance venues, and so people really love those places. So. The only thing is, it's just such late nights, but...
You don't sleep anyway. What does it matter?
Well, that is true. I know. By like 11:30, I'd be like...
I'd be like, all right, guys, this is the last song. I need to go lay down.
After the second song, I'm like... I need a break. There's a lot of cardio.
Yeah, it's like, I need to work on my stamina if I'm going to do this. No more leg kicks early on.
You need to stop pushing in your stomach on the high notes. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do?
God.
Where's Spanx? I am! Where more?
The ladies are like, why is that pregnant lady in the cover band? Be like, hey, I'm bloated, all right? Leave me alone. Suddenly it's a whole new show.
Yeah, really?
That would be really funny. And then there'd be some dude and you're the only female, and there's all these dudes holding their guitars and their drumsticks going, just wait for it. Just a minute. She'll get back. We know how to do this.
Then there's a guy at the back of the band. I like the looks of her.
Yeah.
Of course, he's talking about the guitar player.
Exactly. Beyond. Daryl, I was telling him last week when we did our show, which was a little bit longer, which we were totally cool with.
Well, we were. I'm not sure how Daryl felt about it.
Well, considering that it posted 12 hours after it was supposed to, yeah, it was long, but I don't care. It was really good, and he thought it was hilarious. And he goes, it's like you guys never missed a beat. He was really excited. But he mentioned when we were talking about those two comedians that I was telling about their show, where they said, yeah, we should erect Native American statues. And then they said, but they would probably want to take them back. And then you started laughing. You said burn. He goes, you guys missed it. You should have said Indian burn. I was like, oh, God, that was such a good one. Damn it.
I'm too scared to make any jokes right now.
We can do whatever we want. We're not being difficult. We're not the ones. Come on.
I was just nervous even talking about it because I was just I was like, I don't know. Because like I just, you got to be careful when you tread in certain territories.
I am aware. I understand. And so.
Because some people are like, what do you mean special needs? And I'm just like,
That is not the correct verbiage any longer. 6 months ago, we decided that it's this instead of that.
Well, what is it now?
No, it is. I don't know, Paula. I don't know.
What they need to do, like,
I just keep my mouth shut.
Like special alerts. They need to send like an update of proper terms now of like what you can use. Why can't we get like news blasts?
Just notifications. Hey, the woke mob. Can you tell us what we're supposed to say now? What is it? Because we don't want to offend anyone.
Like a PC blast.
Yeah, please let us know so that we're appropriate. I mean,
FYI, these words are no longer appropriate. We are now using these words. Thank you.
You will be canceled. FYI, you will be canceled. From what? I don't know. But anyway.
Okay. So remember did I tell you how I got blocked from Facebook? Did we talk about that yet?
We did not.
Okay.
Please, let's discuss.
Okay.
Blocked from Facebook.
I think it was literally the same day we recorded. I had posted a meme and I said, it wasn't even a meme. It was just like a word.
It was a GIF. It was a GIF.
It was a wording.
Oh,
No.
a statement.
The original one.
Yes.
It said, imagine if men's penises wagged like dogs' tails when they were happy to see you.
Right.
And I thought it was funny because
it was funny. I laughed my ass off.
And I had a couple guys saying like, mine already does that.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like.
And I responded and I said, Daryl would literally never be able to leave the house with me.
Well, and I'm just like, it is true. I have seen that myself where they're just kind of like, suddenly they put their hands in their pants or they stick their leg up on a chair or something. I'm just like, all right, I get it.
Yes.
I was just like, oh my God, it's like a little tail. So I remember in the movie Shallow Hal, which was a horrible movie. But anyways, Jack Black and Jason Alexander were talking. And Jason Alexander said, I've never told you this, but I have a tail. He's like,
what?
A tail? Like, what do you mean? He's like a little tail at my tailbone. And he's just like, what? He's like, show me. And Jason's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, he's
like,
really
just
embarrassed.
Show me.
Yeah.
And so he's turned around, he bent over backwards, and it's like the size of like a little Smokey.
Like a pug's tail.
But it's like white, and it starts wagging.
It's a vestigial tail.
And Jack Black's like, oh my God. And he like freaks out. He's like, I knew you were going to laugh. So he's trying like, no. He's like, girls, it's like a puppy's tail. He's like, girls like puppies.
They do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I went to go post that like along the thread. As soon as I posted, it immediately said canceled. And then it says, you have been blocked from posting for 3 days. And I'm like, what? And then I went into, I clicked on the notification and it says, we prohibit this type of images in our community. And I'm like, what is your community? And it says, because you've previously been warned 2 other times. Okay, the one time I agree. The second time I do not. This guy told me, he's like, why don't you because I was on an MMA site. He's like, why don't you get back in the kitchen? And I'm like, why don't you put that disgusting beard in a paper shredder? And he reported me for violence.
Oh, God. What a fucking pussy. Come on.
So I got blocked. Anyways, so because this was my 3rd incident, I got blocked for 3 days. And I'm just like, but the problem is normally you get to dispute it. Well, they're saying because of COVID-19, they don't have enough workers to go through all the disputes. So they're just taking everything at face value.
Oh, I see.
They just said, thanks for the feedback that you disagree, but it still stands. And I'm like,
okay,
it's a
Mom.
tail. So I automatically got, docked. And I have a 3rd violation now for a tail.
So stupid.
So when I got off restriction and I was able to post again, I had a nasty gram at the bottom. It says, please read about your violation. Ugh. And so I read, and it says, if you have further violations, you will be blocked for 7 days. And I'm like,
ooh, 7.
And so now I'm like afraid to post anything.
Oh, you know what, Paula? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Post what
I do.
Well,
Davey, if someone told you weren't going to be able to post on Facebook for 7, you can't even reply to a comment. You can't even send someone an instant message.
I know. No, you sent me instant messages. We were messaging.
I know, but I tried to send somebody else one and it didn't work. So I think it hadn't caught up yet or something.
That's weird. Well,
I know.
It's annoying to be getting your hand slapped on social media. They are buckling down, but it's so stupid.
But I'm like, it wasn't a wiener. I'm like, okay, if you think that's a wiener, it's like an infant wiener. I mean, it's like, well, maybe that's what they thought. I don't know what they thought. But I'm like, that's dumb.
It is dumb.
And it wasn't even like it was a person. You know, it was like some bot that thought it was something inappropriate.
They saw a flesh-colored nubbin and went, flagged! And that was the end of it. You know, you didn't even get an opportunity to say, look at it, you idiots!
It could have been, Tinkerbell wiggling her nose for all they know.
Oh, God, that's true.
The other one, the paper shredder beard guy, doesn't fall off until October.
I hope that guy's happy with his life. I bet he's not.
Well, you know what? I'm just like, come on now. I'm like, really? You're reporting me for violence because I told you to put your disgusting, filthy beard in a paper shredder? You told me to get back in the kitchen!
I'd be like, so there's no way to report for misogyny, but we can report for me telling you to shove that ugly beard down the drain?
Right.
That's dumb.
So they can sit there all day and tell me to get back in the kitchen, go take care of the babies, be barefoot and pregnant.
But
and,
the second you say shave that gross, smelly pussy beard, now suddenly you're the bad person.
Yeah, because I'm encouraging violence.
Don't tell me this world isn't run by the patriarchy. Come on.
Okay, Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay, Zuckerberg with your scary, lifeless eyes. Anyway, so you are the worst human being ever to be on Facebook because of your tail wagging gif, and now it's been acknowledged.
So mad because of fucking COVID-19.
Damn COVID! This is all your fault. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. People are starting to panic. People are starting to put on those masks. They're like, I want to go to work. I'm tired of being at home. I'll wear the fucking mask. All right.
I read the other day though, they're like asking people to wear masks now is like asking a guy to put a condom on after the woman's like 3 months pregnant.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. But it's also like, we've discussed it. I don't go anywhere without one because I think people are disgusting. And to me, it saves me from a lot of stuff like bad breath, that horrible patchouli soap at the grocery store. It's like I don't smell a lot of things, which is nice. So in that aspect, it's kind of like a silver lining.
Well, Olivia and we ordered the cotton ones from Amazon because I'm just like, I'm not wearing those like
paper
the blue ones that you get at like the hospital because I'm like, those things are huge and they're hot and they hurt my nose. And so
I bought the cotton ones too. Ours actually, you can put an N95 filter in them. So if you wanted to go that route, you can. But I'm with you. The cotton ones are definitely the way to go for sure.
To be perfectly honest, I don't get near anyone at the store.
I don't either.
I mean, I kind of have like that look like you're going to want to hurry up and pick your butter because I'm coming. So, like,
I know.
I kind of have that approach. Like, they look at me and I don't have kind eyes. Like,
I don't either.
Let's pick our butter together. I'm like, hurry up.
No, we're not. And not only that, but now that there's literally nothing but the eyes showing, it's more pronounced. I've noticed that I'm intimidating as well at the store. Like, everybody's always like apologizing and excuse me and moving their cart. And I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I didn't realize that my eyes were this powerful. I'm enjoying this.
Well, I hate going to the grocery store more than anything.
Me too.
And so, and if someone's like in my way and I'm like, it's just like, please take your time. We all enjoy just standing here staring at other people pick their groceries.
I will say that, I've heard the suggestions, everybody, that I need to just order online, have it delivered and all that stuff. But I don't want strangers touching my shit. I want to pick my own stuff. I don't need somebody just deciding to grab whatever and throwing it. I've seen plenty of people who do that and they show up with dead apples, gross things. I'm like, no. I'm doing it.
Well, not just that. I'm a bargain shopper. So like when I see people and they're just like, and they're like staring at the olive oils. I'm like, they're all virgin olive oil. Pick the cheapest or the biggest, whatever one you want. Hurry up! You know? Mm-hmm. And then he's like looking at his phone, texting, and I'm just like, okay, until you figure it out, move the fuck along, because I know what I want, and you're in my way.
When I go to the store alone, I'm in and out of there in like 20 minutes because I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this my whole life. I know how to get in and out with the least amount of money spent. But when Daryl goes, it's a field day. It's a field trip, you know? Then it's like, well, what should we do for dinner tomorrow? Maybe we should peruse this over here. And I'm just like, ugh! But it is the price I pay.
I wish one day I could send Victor to the store without him calling me 16 times. He still does that.
Oh, no.
Like, I actually sent him to the store for 4 things the other day, and he called me, and I'm just like, and I was in the middle of cooking dinner. I had, like, freaking raw chicken on my hands, and my phone was ringing, and I'm like, hello? He's like, so the Bertolli olive oil, he's like, it's not on sale anymore. It's like $20. He's like, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, no, just get anything that's between, like, 13 and 15. You know, and he's like, okay. He says, so you don't want, I'm like, I don't want it. You know,
why doesn't he use his little brain?
I think he's just so afraid of making a mistake. And I'm just like, I'm not that bad. Usually it's just the look of like, I look down and the disappointment on my face. It must be crushing. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, most men who are in a relationship with a woman, no matter what it is, whether it's co-parenting, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, they come to a point where they just have to understand that there's nothing they can do perfectly ever, and that there will be degrees of satisfaction, and you just need to come to peace with it. This is part of being in love with somebody or having a life with someone. It is what it is. So once you can get past that, and you'll just deal with the degrees of dissatisfaction or, you know, disappointment, everyone's happier, and we just move on with our lives.
Women don't have that problem. Like, we know what they want.
Oh my gosh. So funny you say that. We have trained our children so well. Kenzie came over when it was Father's Day. Everybody was here. And we were talking about something. And she's like, "Oh, men are such simple creatures. They're so easy to please. Women are the projects." And I just looked at her. And I said, I'm so proud of you for saying that men are simple creatures. She's like, "They are. The needs are easy." And I'm like, well, you are correct. Needs are easy. Women are a walking conundrum, and you know it. We are enigmas.
Maybe it's because we're not vocal about our needs. Like, men, like, they're just like, oh, yeah, I tried this, like, new tea that I'm drinking. It's blah, 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 blah. And so it's just like, okay, noted, you know? And it's just like, it just goes in this little, I don't know, filing cabinet of information. So the next time you go to the store, you buy the tea, and you're like, oh, I love this tea. Thank you. And
you're like, yes, I know.
Well, you're welcome. I've read your mind. And
it also explains why we are better gift givers, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But men are simple, and maybe you're right. Maybe, well, their needs, I mean, and this is a general term. I mean, all men have complications. You know, it's not that they're just like cavemen, although a lot of their needs are cavemen-like, real basic. Keep them fed, keep them satisfied sexually, make sure they feel productive and you know, respected in life. And they're go-getter. They'll do it. You know, there's those broken toys that don't, but for the most part, men, that's pretty much what they need. And they need they need men time. You know, they need to be with other men. But other than that, I mean, that seems pretty simple to me. Women are different.
Women do the subtle hint things, and men aren't good about subtle.
No.
Like, they need it kind of stamped on their forehead and be like, you see this stamp on your forehead? That's what I want.
I can't tell you how many times I've read things where, actually we can talk about it next week, where all these stories of women who felt like they were just throwing themselves at a guy that they really liked, and the guys never took the hint. And even to the point where they literally were taking their clothes off, and the guys were still like, are you trying to indicate something? Like, they're so clueless sometimes. And all the comments at the end were men saying, hey, here's an idea. Use your words. Just tell us what you want.
I want you to have sex with me.
Yeah, just say it. You don't need to give us a lap dance, because we won't know for sure. You know, we're raised in a time period. If you're raised by a good woman, you're not going to just assume that means you want me to fuck you. You're going to think, I don't know what. And so he's like, use your words. And then it was like, yes, amen. They're like, please just say, I want to have sex with you right this moment. Thank you.
I've used that before. Like, they'll start talking about other things. I'm like, okay, all the things you're talking about is not leading a path to your dick, and I really want to fuck you right now. And then they said, like, I don't think anyone's ever said that to me before. And I'm just like, okay. And I said, and I'm not hearing an answer.
So where are we at?
So unless your next response is yes or no, I'm done with this conversation.
I'm over it. Well, like last night, Daryl and I were in bed and I was absolutely exhausted because he's been waking up incredibly early because work has been kind of stressful. So he's waking up anywhere between 5 and 6, and it's insanity. And I'm so tired. So last night we went to bed at like a little before 11, and he had the look like, well, hello there. And I said, I'm really exhausted. And I never usually turn him down like that, but I said, I'm so tired.
At least you didn't say, I have a headache.
No. I'm pretty honest about it because I'm pretty good to go whenever. But last night I'm like, I'm exhausted. He goes, are you too exhausted? And I go, yes. And he goes,
no, I'm just telling you that. But I'll be like, but you know.
he said, is that too bad? I go, well, it's too bad for your penis. And he's like, oh, okay.
God, he just give up. You know what?
Oh, God, no.
I would have been pissed off at, are you too exhausted? Be like, get a clue!
And, he's 3 strikes. He's got to go. He's like, you're tired? You're too tired? Are you sure? Oh, okay.
Those 2 strikes would have been screaming matches and emasculating.
I don't know, because he wants to make sure I'm serious. I'm like, yes, I'm serious. I'm not playing this game with you. No, not tonight.
Well, maybe because the other 2 strikes have worked before.
It's usually true. I mean, unless I'm on the rag, I'm good. I'll do it, even if I'm tired.
All right, yeah.
You're like, fine.
Well, I guess you can't fault him for trying then.
Hey, and I'm never disappointed when we do, and I'm always glad that I give in. But last night I'm like, no, this is a hard pass. Sorry, and it's very rare that I do that, so it was probably unusual for him. He's like, wait, are you sure? Are you really, really sure?
He's like, wow.
All right, well, let's move on to our new idea called Good, Bad, and Ugly Gifts. So let's start with the good. The reason that we keep it vague is so that you and I, we could be coming from completely different places when we think about good, bad, and ugly. So, and obviously ugly is UGLEE. Mm-hmm. You start with your good gift.
All throughout probably my early to mid 20s, I had seen this butterfly pendant diamond necklace that I had wanted. And it it wasn't even expensive. It was like $100. But I loved it. And I just wanted it so bad. And I was married to my first husband at the time. He knew how bad I wanted it, but for some reason, he just never bought it for me. Probably because he was kind of an asshole.
Maybe.
So then after we split up and I was in my apartment, someone I had worked with tried to buy me a diamond butterfly necklace pendant. Oh. And it was not the right one. I'm like, well, I can't accept that. It's not even the right one. And this person had a girlfriend and everything like that. And I wasn't interested in him. Sure. And so when Victor and I got together, we had been together for a little while, and it was Valentine's Day, and he bought me, he's like, well, money's kind of tight, everything. I'm like, yeah. So I opened this box, and there was a diamond butterfly necklace with matching earrings, and at the top it said nickel free. So on the back, it said $5.99 Kmart. So I was like, oh, I'm like, well, thank you. I'm like, I'm going to go in the bathroom and get ready.
Did you
I went in the bathroom. I started crying.
Is this the bad or the good?
And so I got ready. I came out. And then when I came out on my bed, there was this big red puppy. And around its neck was the diamond butterfly necklace.
The real one. What?
And I was just like, oh, my God. And so
wow.
He's like, you didn't really think. And so to this day, I still have the nickel free.
Absolutely.
But I also have the diamond butterfly pendant necklace.
That is a lovely story.
That also was the night I got pregnant with Ryan.
Well, there you go. Thank you, Kmart.
I know, but I'm like, he was being a jokester, obviously. But
yes, obviously.
So I was just like, oh my gosh. So I was so excited. I was so happy.
That's
obviously.
a great present. That is a good.
That was probably the best present I ever got.
Aw. Well, I mean, I've received, like many people, a lot of shitty gifts, but very few really good gifts. All gifts are appreciated, obviously. Daryl has definitely fucked up more than once, but this gift he got me was symbolic of so many things that to this day, it's one of my most favorite gifts I've ever received. is my dog Sunny, because when we were going through our rough patch, it took about 2 or 3 years before we were in a place where we decided, okay, we're probably not going to split up. He was trying everything. And we had gone to this pet store that is no longer in existence because, selling dogs at pet stores is kind of like illegal now. And there was a little Sheltie, a teeny tiny Sheltie, really small. And I said, this dog does not belong here. This is cruel. It shouldn't be here. I hated it. And so I said, I want to see that dog. So they brought the dog out to me, and the dog immediately started giving me little licks.
Oh, little needle licks.
He literally I could hold him in the palm of my hand. He was so small because he was way too young. He shouldn't have been away from his mama. And so I said, this dog, oh my gosh. And I cried when I gave it back because I didn't want it in that cage. I was just so upset. And so, because it was all by himself. Because he was too little.
Yeah.
So Stephanie had come over later that day, and we were in the front room just bullshitting. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this little dog starts wandering into the living room. And I had told Stephanie about the dog, and because we're a family who has always had a Sheltie here and there in our lives.
Right.
And this dog just wanders in, and she goes, "Jamie, shut the fuck up! Did he really get you that fucking dog?" I'm like, really mad. I'm like, what? And I turn around, and there is little Sunny wandering around. And Daryl's hiding, he comes out. He's like, you had to have it. I wanted you to have it. And it was like this symbol of, we've got this. We're together forever. Here's your dog. Here's the dog. Here's the peace offering. And it worked. And he's amazing, and Sunny is literally the best dog and you love Sunny, his little needle nose.
I love Sunny, my little needle licks.
Yes. And he's so regal now because he's old, and it's just so great. And that's why when he was going through all those dental issues like a few months ago, I was devastated. I was like, he can't go out like this, you guys. He's a hero. I was like, come on.
Did you start crying when you got him?
Yes, I started crying because, okay, first of all, that I cry all the time, but
I was just gonna say that doesn't surprise me.
But still, I was so happy because, Daryl, if he's anything, he just loves to make me happy because it's so hard to do when it comes to physical items. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Gifts of, physical gifts don't do much for me, but that was more than just a gift. It was like a symbolic thing. So it was literally one of the best gifts I've ever received was that damn dog. I just loved it. I love him so much. So that's good.
So sweet.
Yes. And then when I brought Sunny over to Mom, he was in my purse. Because he was so little. I brought him over to Mom to see, and for a split second, she thought it was her dog. For a minute, she thought I was gifting her a dog. She comes in, she sees the dog, she sees Sunny stick his little head out of the purse, and she immediately started weeping when she saw the dog.
What? Of course, she thought it was hers. Everything's
for a minute,
about her.
But then she's just like, "What is this?" But he was so little, I had to take him everywhere for a while because he was too little to stay at home.
Cute. Aw, he's so cute. He still is little.
I know. He's a little petite dude. Okay, so now let's go to our bad gifts.
Okay, so I have two. But the first one, I don't even know if it's a bad gift or it was just a horrible thing to do. And then, but I do actually have a bad gift. Okay. So the bad gift is okay. When I was 30, I was like deathly ill pregnant with Olivia, or on my 30th birthday. And for some reason, I don't know why at the time, I just thought turning 30 was monumental.
Yeah.
But I think anytime you turn like a decade birthday, it is kind of a big deal.
Sure.
You're kind of like closing a chapter, if you will.
Yes.
There wasn't a ton I could do for my birthday because I was so deathly sick with Olivia. And so I was kind of counting on Victor to like just do like a decent gift or something sweet or, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. It was December 2nd in the evening, and he was just giddy. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, I'm just so excited about your birthday gift. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I just want to give it to you now. I'm like, it's not even my birthday yet, because my birthday is December 3rd.
Right.
And he's just like, all right. And he's like, but I just really want to give it to you. I'm like, all right, fine. I'm like, if you want to give it to me now, just do it. And he's like, what? He's like, I haven't wrapped it yet. I'm like, okay. He's like, I don't have a card. I'm like, all right. And so here I'm laying on the couch with like a migraine, trying not to puke. And I'm thinking, okay, it's not wrapped. I don't have a card. This is off to a great start. And so he's like, I'm going to go get it. So he walks into the living room, like ear to ear, shit-eating grin.
He's so excited.
He holds up this box, and it says digital photo frame. And I'm like, what is that? And he says, it's a picture frame you take to work. It's digital. He says you upload, like through a SIM card, all the pictures on your computer, and they like every 3 seconds it changes to a new picture. And I'm like, okay. And he says, so you can have just different pictures of Ryan and stuff change through at work. He's like, you plug it in and then it changes. I'm like, for my 30th birthday, you got me an unwrapped, no card, digital photo frame. And so he handed it to me, and I'm like, oh, okay. I put it on the side of the couch, and it resided there until I don't even know what he. I think he took it back. I don't know what he did with it.
Oh, it was never to be seen again.
I never opened it.
Yeah. That's a bad gift.
Because I'm just like, you don't know me at all, do you?
Oh God. How many discussions did we have where you're like, I just don't think he knows me at all, or he doesn't want to know who I am.
I wasn't even crushed. I was just like,
no, you're just like
dumbfounded.
Ugh. Yeah.
I was just like, why on earth would he think for my 30th birthday I would want a digital photo frame? He's like, I preloaded the frame with pictures, and I'm just like, I was like, thanks.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
Like I started to ponder divorce at that moment.
Well, it's just you're like, I've been pretty clear about what I like: jewelry,
handbags, shoes.
Yeah, bags, shoes. I mean, it's
diamonds,
pretty clear.
Yeah.
I've been very clear about what I would like, and 30 is a big number for us. When you turn 30, it feels big. So especially, and you and I were both pregnant at 30. And so it's like, something like that would have been, I don't even remember. I don't even think I got anything for my 30th birthday, Paula. Daryl was the worst gift giver ever. And we can transition to me. Two come to mind, and they're both equally terrible. So I'm going to say them both because one involves you.
Oh, God damn it.
I
was trying to help.
So we'll start with this one then. Daryl wanted to get me a bag because I was starting to really get into bags at the time, and I was starting to recognize that, hey, there's some pretty cool brands and stuff out there outside of whatever I was carrying.
Whatever you can get at TJ Maxx or whatever.
Right. You are a big Coach fan. You're really big into Coach. There are parts of Coach, there are lines that are okay. It's not my favorite brand personally, but I mean, they're nice bags, obviously. And so Daryl lost his mind and decided that he would seek assistance from you and trusted you that you would know. Now, I think it's been made brutally clear that I am not easy to satisfy when it comes to gifts. I think we're all on the same page with that, and it's frustrating for many people. So I'm not I was never mad at you, but you saw my face. So somehow you guys agreed that I was going to get this hot pink patent leather large tote.
No, it wasn't a patent leather. It was like a beach bag style pink one. And I think it was striped, honestly.
Maybe
I think it had like a pink band at the top and it was striped. And the reason why is you used a lot of beach bags at the time.
Yes.
And so I said, this might be cute because it's brand. I know she likes pink. Or at the time, you'd liked a lot of multicolored things.
I did.
And I said, and she uses beach bags. And so maybe since you're not sure about like a handbag, maybe this would be a happy medium. So that's what I was thinking.
Right. So he went with that and purchased it. And he's like, he did kind of what Victor, he's like, oh, you're going to love it. Like he was so excited and so sure that he had nailed it. And so I open up the bag and all the kids are there. And it's a big thing. And I open up the bag and I think my face, I mean, we're not really good at hiding our feelings. I pulled out the bag and my face dropped. I felt it fall. And Daryl's face was like, oh no! He was like, immediately.
It's like in slow motion. He was trying to grab the bag.
No! And so I was like, oh. I do what we all do. Oh, this is interesting. Thank you.
That's colorful.
Well, this is something. And he goes, well, it's pink. I'm like, it is pink, isn't it? And I was like, you know what? Thank you so much. So everybody disperses and he goes, you know what? If you don't like it, we can take it back. I go, I hate it. It's hideous. We're taking it back. Who helped you with this? He goes, well, your sister did. I go, which one? Allison? And she's all, no. And I said, okay. I said, I understood what was happening. I said, but no, I wouldn't use this. And honestly, let's take it back because I would hate for you to have spent all that money and have it not be used. That's even worse to me. Like that's a shitty move to do. I would never do that. So we took it back and I went with him. He goes, you want to pick something out? I'm like, I do not. I was so
What did you
mad.
end up getting?
My money back.
You didn't buy anything?
No.
Why?
I was really angry and I wasn't mad at you. I was mad that he needed help. It was the same thing. It was the same feeling that you had. It's like, you don't even know me at all. And I'm like, the fact that you needed to rely on somebody who knows me better than you do pisses me off. Like, what is this? Like, you know me, right? Hello. And he's like, I just should have done it. I'm like, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Then don't buy anything because this is terrible. And then the second time it got bad was there was a purse at TJ Maxx that I really wanted. It was a high-end brand that I couldn't believe was there.
Was it the juicy one?
No. I can't remember. It was this leather Italian purse that I really liked. And he bought it and walked in the door after work, had it in the TJ Maxx bag, and threw it at me.
Oh my God, I remember that one.
And I said, what are you doing? He goes, oh, I got you a purse. And I go, all right. I'm like, is this how we're treating each other now? Is this what we're doing? He's like, what? You wanted the purse? I'm like, next time I will just pelt something at you when I get you something, I suppose.
Yeah, you want me to shoot it out of a t-shirt gun?
Shall I
in
throw
your face?
Yeah, like, what is this? And
I got you a shirt.
and you know what? Never used it. I never used that purse. All right. And then there's the ugly gifts. Ugly. What is an ugly gift, Paula?
Okay, so we have implemented a tradition that I absolutely loved. Every UGG, when they turned 40, got a Tiffany heart bracelet. We all have one. And so I wanted to do something at 50, but and I'm not entirely convinced that I'm not going to yet. Mm-hmm. I still have some time, and because we only have one offender. And
so true.
But that is our ugly gift so far, and our card said 40 and fabulous.
40 and fabulous.
I absolutely love our ugly gift.
I do too.
And I also think something else we would also love is I can't see us turning down a pair of like 1 carat diamond stud earrings either.
I'll probably end up getting buried in them, but I am determined. We all want them.
Yeah.
We all want the 1 carat stud diamond earrings.
I don't know why you don't have them.
You know what? I don't know either. I honestly
Something tells me after the show drops, you will be getting them for an anniversary in August.
It's true. But yeah, as far as ugly gifts, the only thing that honestly for me when it comes to Uggs that I treasure more than this bracelet, which I do love this tradition that we've done, and we do need to add to the tradition for every 10 years we should add some kind of special thing we all have, is I really love it when we go out. Like, it's such a gift.
That is true.
It's a gift that we bestow on everyone in the community, but for us, I never forget. I know it's in there, but when we are all together and going out, the power of us together, we're like the most powerful witches you've ever seen. Like, we literally cast spells wherever we go. And they're epic times. It's insane.
Maybe we should just tame down the outings. Like, maybe not clubs anymore.
Just maybe brunch.
No, I'm just like, maybe, I don't know, like Well, like in Vegas, they have a lot of like lounges,
That it would be fun.
We don't have to go to like the freaking EMD,
Yeah.
Let's do ecstasy and have sex on a fucking, I don't know, go-go stand in front of everyone.
Right.
But they have like a lot of like piano lounges with cigar bars and stuff like that. Like I can see that.
Yeah.
You still dress up and everything.
We'd still take over that place.
Sure.
But it would be fun. Yeah. So to me, the gift is each other and going out together, no matter what it is. It's always so fun. But it has to be, I mean, you and I have a lot of fun together, but it seems like it changes when it's all of us. When it's all
Yes.
3 or 4 of us, the dynamic completely changes. It's super fun.
When it's Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and the Glee twins.
Wonder
put our
Twin
fists together.
Powers, activate! Shape of water, form of an eagle.
Poor Allison. She never wanted to be. She's like, I don't want to be the Glee twins.
It's like you could be Aquaman.
No, that was Stephanie.
Oh, what was I? Wonder Woman? Superman? I don't remember.
I
I thought I was
Wonder Woman.
Batman. I loved being Batman.
No, that he wasn't DC. Was he?
He is. Yes, he is. Batman and Robin are DC. But as far
But he
as
doesn't
the
have
league,
powers. He just has tools.
that's true. That is very true. I'll be Superman. That's cool.
You were always Superman because he was
Yeah.
the leader. Then there was
That's true.
Aquaman. I don't know why Stephanie always wanted to be Aquaman.
She likes to swim. Maybe she likes creatures. I don't know.
I liked Wonder Woman because of many
Obvious.
reasons. And then
Obvious.
there was nothing left but the Glee twins. So Allison never had a choice. I mean, she never had a voice. So we're just like, Allison, you can be the Glee twins. And she's like, I don't want to be the... She actually kind of looked like their sister Glee
She
twin.
did. She had shorter black hair.
The bowl cut that Dad gave her.
Yeah, she could have been Gleek the monkey.
I take the power of wind, and I'll take the power of water.
Water. Yes.
And together we create a hurricane.
I love those Saturday morning cartoons. They were so great.
There was only like 3 to choose from.
I know. All right. Well, we are out of time, so we'll have to save our ugly and awkward moments for next time.
Oh yeah, that's good.
It's fine.
I have to check.
You don't have one?
Well, I do, but I think I already said it. Did I talk about the pancake mix in Bo's Treats?
You did not. So you will save
Oh, okay,
that.
good. I will save that one then.
We will save it and we will discuss it. And I will remember if you forget. And we'll move
No,
forward.
I had it written down, but I wasn't sure if I already said it.
No,
so.
you didn't. Really quick, thank you so much. You guys are supporting Lip and Clip and Amazon. We are seeing some money being spent. We appreciate you using your stimulus checks to support The Ugly Truth. And I just wanted to say that.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, everybody. We'll have a good rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you get to watch. There's an excellent free fight. Well, it's already happened, but there is an excellent free fight this last Saturday. Mickey Gall is fighting, but in his corner is only going to be his girlfriend.
Oh, I saw that, idiot.
Putz.
I saw that. All she has to do is sit there and cheer me on. I'm like,
And give you a kiss in
ew.
between rounds. And she's
Gross.
like, no, honey, go. And he's like, shut up. I'm just kidding.
And if he's losing, she'll be like, honey, you're doing great. He's like, shut the fuck up and get out of here. I'm done with
Here,
you.
don't you have anything other to say? Just try and punch him harder. Get out.
Just maybe move your face away from his hands.
Don't get punched so much and don't let him get you to the ground. It looks like it's not good.
That doesn't look really good. You know, we're supposed to see our parents this weekend. Can you maybe not get your face hit?
You're
Because I
right.
think they want to do photos.
You're really bleeding a lot. I'll wipe it down, but
Can you get a towel? Can anyone towels?
I don't think you should let him punch you in the face anymore because it's just going to keep bleeding, and I don't think that's good.
I'm pretty
So-
sure that's the bad thing to do.
Yeah,
Just
I don't think,
move, honey.
I don't think Vaseline's going to help.
I just found that so I was almost offended.
Well, I mean,
Almost offended.
You lose a lot of street cred with that kind of stuff.
I just don't. I mean, look, a lot of men are pussy whipped, and it's totally fine in the privacy of your own home. But when it comes to, I don't know, hunting and MMA, maybe, and race car driving, things like that, maybe you should just kind of keep that on the down low. You know,
Now, like, if his girlfriend looks like Thug Rose, that'd be a different story.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Does she?
But
Do we know?
I don't don't know.
Maybe
I
she's a
don't
fighter. If
know.
she's a fighter, I will take it
Oh,
back.
you know what? Paige Van Zant's fighting her final fight too.
Yes.
I hope she gets her ass kicked.
Nobody likes her. How funny.
Because all she talks about is how much money she makes on Instagram. And, you know, she's just like, I've made more money on Instagram than my entire UFC career. I'm like, yeah, it's because you basically were next to nothing and, you know, spread your legs and show your body, and your husband doesn't give a rat's ass because he has zero respect for you. And he's like, here, guys, look at my wife. There's no sanctity in our marriage whatsoever.
Show him your pussy, honey. Show him your pussy.
Yeah, right.
I want a new
Everybody's
car.
seen it. I don't give a shit if anybody looks at it.
I need a new car. Can you just bend over, please? Open your cheeks.
mean,
There you
what do you
go.
think
There
about
you
that?
go.
Don't you think you would be a little like disappointed that your husband doesn't give a rat's ass, that you basically flaunt every part of your body on Instagram for money?
I mean, people who are married to porn stars, they have to deal with it too. I don't know. I
She's
think
not
it's a different
porn star. That's the thing.
It's a different mentality that we probably we would never do it. Like we
I'm
could
just
not
like,
relate.
So what's sacred then? What do you guys
I don't
find
know.
sacred?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't try to. A long time ago, I decided to not try to figure out couples that I do not understand.
Every marriage is different, but I would just be like, you really want me to just show basically every part of my body with the exception of my hole? And you know, well, yeah, that belongs to me. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
really? I have like a Lycra strip hiding that.
Guys,
you know?
her anus is mine. All right, it's covered. You can't see it. That is the sanctity of our marriage.
The 5 o'clock shadow of her pubes, those are mine.
Mine.
That's part of her that's real, and that belongs to us.
Outer labia, fine, but anything outside of that, ours. There
God,
you
that's
go.
disgusting.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see everybody on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.
Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.